It was one of those chilly evenings in downtown Chicago, the kind where the wind seems to slice through even the thickest jackets, and most people hurry along, eyes glued to the pavement, hoping to get home without incident. But that night, something caught the attention of David, a single dad who had spent the day juggling work and his little boy's endless energy. He was walking home from the grocery store, his mind half on dinner plans and half on the homework he still had to check, when he noticed a young woman standing near the corner, her hands clutched to her chest, looking uneasy. A group of men had surrounded her, blocking her path, their voices low but threatening, their presence making the air feel heavier. David's heart raced. He knew what it was like to feel powerless, and he couldn't just walk by. Without thinking, he stepped closer, ready to do whatever it took to help. In that instant, something in him clicked, a sense of courage and determination that came not from heroics, but from the quiet hope of simply doing what's right. Before we dive deeper into this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. You're watching Kindness Tales, a place where stories of simple human goodness remind us that even small acts can change lives. David approached the scene calmly but firmly, trying to keep his own fear in check. The young woman looked at him, relief flickering across her face like a candle in the dark. The men, noticing his approach, straightened up, a mix of curiosity and challenge in their posture. David didn't raise his voice, didn't make any threats. Instead, he simply stepped in front of her, his presence steady and unwavering. "Excuse me, can I help you two with something?" he said, his voice polite but carrying an unmistakable firmness. There was no anger, no aggression, just a clear message that the young woman's safety mattered. It wasn't long before the men hesitated. Something about David's calm confidence made them rethink their actions. One by one, they stepped back, muttering under their breath, as the young woman took a shaky but grateful step forward. She looked up at David, tears welling in her eyes. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice trembling. I didn't know what I was going to do." David smiled gently, brushing it off. "It's okay. You're safe now," he said. "That's all that matters." As they walked together toward a nearby cafe, David learned her name was Emily. She explained that she had just finished her shift at a late-night diner and was trying to catch the bus home when the men had cornered her. She was scared, unsure how to get out of the situation. David listened carefully, offering her reassurance not with grand speeches, but with simple kindness, the kind of attention that makes someone feel truly seen. Over a cup of coffee, Emily shared more about her life. She was a student, juggling work, classes, and caring for her younger sister. She had moved to the city recently, hoping to carve out a better future for herself. Her story resonated deeply with David, who thought about his own little boy, about the challenges of raising a child alone, and about the quiet, often invisible struggles people carry every day. By the time Emily's bus arrived, there was a warmth between them, a bond formed not out of familiarity, but out of a shared understanding of human vulnerability and the comfort that comes from genuine care. David watched as she boarded the bus safely, waving one last time before it pulled away. He felt a profound sense of relief, a quiet joy that comes from doing something good without expecting anything in return. Walking home that night, David reflected on the power of kindness. He realized that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's the quiet voice that says, "I will step in. I will help." And sometimes, kindness isn't just about big gestures. It's about being present, noticing someone in need, and giving them the support they didn't know they could hope for. The next day, David shared the story with his son, not as a tale of heroism, but as a lesson in empathy. Sometimes, helping someone is as simple as standing with them when they need it, he told his little boy, who nodded thoughtfully, already storing the lesson in his young heart. It was a conversation that lingered, a reminder that small acts of courage and kindness ripple far beyond the moment. Weeks later, Emily sent David a handwritten note, a rarity in the digital age. In it, she wrote about how that single act of kindness had inspired her in ways she couldn't put into words. She was now volunteering at a local shelter, helping others who found themselves in difficult situations, carrying forward the light that David had shown her. It was a beautiful reminder that one simple decision to act with kindness could multiply, touching countless lives. David never considered himself a hero. He was just a dad, doing what he hoped was right. But sometimes, being there for someone, speaking up, and showing that someone is not alone, that is heroic in its own quiet way. And in that quiet heroism, kindness thrives. As the months passed, David and Emily remained friends, a connection born out of a moment when humanity mattered more than fear. And David, every time he retold the story, felt a sense of hope, a belief in the goodness that still exists in people, even in the chaos of city life. It reminded him that every small action, every gesture of care, builds a world where people feel safer, valued, and seen. In the end, the lesson was simple but profound. Kindness is a force stronger than fear, a light in dark times, and a bridge between strangers. One moment of courage, one act of protection, one simple choice to step forward instead of walking away, it can change someone's life, and often, in ways we might never fully understand. So, the next time you see someone struggling, afraid, or alone, remember David and Emily's story. Stand up, step in, offer a hand. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a plan. Just be kind. Your courage might be the spark that lights someone's path, and your small act of humanity could ripple into something far bigger than you ever imagined. Kindness isn't just a gesture, it's a quiet revolution. And every time we choose it, we make the world a little safer, a little warmer, and a little more hopeful.